Good morning, students. I welcome you for the biology class. Today, in this particular video, I'll be discussing about the organ-specific and tissue-specific manifestations and the principles of treatment. First, let me discuss about the organ-specific and tissue-specific manifestations. So, what are the definitions? So, what is the meaning of organ-specific? As the name itself indicates, so when a microbe infects the specific organ of an individual in a particular type of disease, so it is termed as organ specific manifestation. For example, tuberculosis. So in that, the microbe infects the specific organ, that is lungs. Coming to tissue specific. So when a microbe infects the tissue of a or the body of an individual in a particular disease, so it is termed as tissue specific. For example, HIV, it's a virus which infects the tissues and the cells of an organism, making a decrease in the immunity. Coming to the principles of treatment. So, what are the principles of treatment of infectious diseases? So, there are two ways to treat an infectious or communicable diseases. The first one is to reduce the effect of the diseases. It can be done by providing symptomatic treatment, like we can provide treatment that will reduce the symptoms. For example, we take medicine that brings down fever, reduces pain, and it also decreases dehydration problems. So we can also have a bed rest, so which will conserve our energy. So these steps will enhance us, which enable us to focus on healing. However, such as symptom directed treatment by itself is not sufficient because we won't remove a disease causing microbe. We'll just reduce the symptoms. So to cure the diseases, we need to kill the microbes. The second one is to kill the cause of diseases, that is pathogen. The most common method to kill disease causing microbe is to use medicine. And the disease causing microbes are classified into different groups as we know bacteria, fungi, protozoan, and viruses. So each of these groups of microbes, they do have a specific essential biochemical life processes which is very much peculiar to that group and it is not shared with the other group. So it is very unique to their own particular pathway. So our cells have different pathways that once used by these microbe groups. So therefore, we find a drug that blocks, for example, the bacterial biochemical pathway without affecting our own biochemical pathway. So we should take a drug, a medicine such that the pathway of pathogen will be inhibited, not the pathway of humans. So this is what is achieved by antibiotics. Similarly, so there will be a particular drugs for protozoans, fungi, and bacteria. Coming to why is prevention better than cure? So we used to know that prevention is always better than cure. So why is that so? Because a disease can make a person very much weak and bedridden for a long time. It can affect and damage the body functions. It can spread from one person to another. And it can affect the mental status of a patient as well as a caregivers. Coming to ways to prevent a disease. So there are particularly two ways, that is general methods and specific methods. Coming to general methods to prevent a disease is to have a proper sanitation, a proper disposal of garbage, preventing flies and mosquitoes from breeding, and a healthy habits like washing hands, covering the food items, and drinking boiled water, and to ensure the public hygienic thing and isolation and quarantine of a sick person. So these are all general methods what we have to follow. Coming to our specific methods, like specific methods, it depends on the natural immunity. Like WBC present in our blood produces antibodies to fight against disease causing pathogens or the microbes. So what is antigen? So antigen is any foreign particle entering to our body. So each antibody can fight only to a specific antigen. The speciality is that once the antibody is produced in ourselves against a particular antigen, so it can be produced instantaneously at the time of other any other invasion by same antigen. So if the same antigen attacks for the second time, so already the memory cells will be there, antibodies will be produced in our body so that it will start attacking that particular antigen. Coming to vaccination. So the weakened form of microbe introduced in our body by inoculation or vaccination. So it's known as vaccine. A vaccine is a biological preparation that improves the immunity to a particular disease after inoculation. So it plays a major role in the prevention of diseases. Coming to immunization, it's the protection of individuals from the communicable diseases by administration of a suspension of dead microbes. Our bodies may become immune to some diseases due to exposure to a certain microbes. Like most children in India are immune to hepatitis A. So it is important to follow some public health programs of childhood immunization to prevent the infectious diseases. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.